listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Saturday, December 9th, 2023. It is, right? Is it Saturday? It is. Oh, hey, that's happened more than 10 times. Glad you can make it here on whatever, what day it is. Who knows? Who cares? I'm joking. Very serious. Very serious here. That's right, I'm on Team Naughty. All day, 24/7, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Yes. I noticed that, the background. I see it, I have to change it. Tonight's your night, folks. I don't want to have to talk much or even be here, just to be honest. I'm kidding. I'm not. Oh, well, I am. Seriously? You guys are the stars tonight. I'm just the stripes. I'm just going to be like this, listening to everybody, like a fly on the wall. Capiche? Oh, it's a one capiche show already. So that, I almost forgot, even though I set the show up earlier in the day. God, there it is. Now we can start the show. Some days you just need off. So basically what I'm initially going to ask people, is that something on me? Yeah, Oh, it's a reflection of the Mr. Frosty coming in. What would you do if aliens were coming?
What you gonna do when the Hulkster comes for you, brother?
Get a gun. I mean, that's the logical answer. Gun, if you had one. I actually had a dream that 4 aliens, this isn't a joke either, they had the big heads and everything. It's funny how the brain works. Big hats, the big eyes, you know the look. And they were wearing Men in Black suits, and they said, "How do you like us without our makeup?" And I woke up saying, "I love you." Oh, damn, it was fake. Yeah, it was a pretty weird dream. And actually, I was like on the floor for some reason. The camera angle was looking up at them. Maybe it was when I was a kid, when I was like your age. Guys my age, you know what they do now? You know what the greatest thing that guys do? I'm going to put the link in the chat. Hold your horses. Guys my age like to let everybody else know how old they are. Right? Sir, could you please, don't you touch me. Oh, but I'm just concerned you're going to get hit by a car. I've lived 55 years on this earth. I think I know how to avoid a car. And he gets hit. No. You know what I mean? That's the kind of power I'm talking about. What the hell am I talking about? Let's do a quick roll call, and I'll drop the link. Impatient. What are we going to talk about? You think you could fill in 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes? Come on, bring it on. I'll drop the link in a minute. Give me a second. Maybe I won't do a roundtable discussion. Brooke is here. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Oh, no, Rademeyer. What do you say, Mr. Rademeyer? Good to see you, man. It's been a minute, I think. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. And Derek Faulkner. Great last name. Parents did a good job naming you. Ben, the Yorkshire Goophonian. That sounds good too, right? Just flows. Welcome to the show. Hey, Marcel, Goophonian Metalhead. Welcome to the show. Hey, I have to make a little bit of an announcement because there's a note at the top of the chat room that says this that I wrote earlier. It says, "Attention, Goophonians. Because of some recent issues, Goofon has removed some of the moderators to investigate said issues. The process of elimination takes time. Thank you for understanding." And I'm not going to keep that up now. I'm removing it. The reason that's up there, in my opinion, I think people have been timed out and banned or blocked unjustly. But that's just my opinion. I don't like saying it because I like every one of you, but you know, I gotta keep integrity in the channel. We just can't be banning people just because you got upset with them. It can't happen. You know, one of these, I'm not going to say who. And don't get mad, friend of mine. I'm not mentioning your name. But I want to let people understand that we do have the best moderators. I think so. But I don't know what happened the other day. Just, you know, it doesn't make sense. Or yesterday, whenever. It's been all week, actually. So there's been other things that have been happening other than moderating with chat. So I had to remove just about everybody as a mod. I'm going to rotate in and out. So those who aren't mods will go back, and then I'll remove the other ones. And y'all eventually will go back. We've done this twice before. It's worse this time. Anyway, I didn't come here to tell you that. There's a quote. Why oh why fools, welcome to the show. Glenn Collins, the big band guy, welcome to the show. Jeanette, Angel. Hey, Jeanette threw down a £5, £5 super dono. It's a 3-heart circle. It's pure, unadulterated enjoyment. Mucho gusto, generoso. I'm trying to open up the PayPal. Oh, come on. It's like my phone doesn't recognize my fingerprint lately. Hold on a second, huh? Let me take a look. Oh, shh. Wow. Glenn with 2 N's was very generous again. Glenn, thank you. On PayPal. That's right. If you want to help support this. And I'm so motivated. I am. I'm excited. I roundtable shows scare me. And I'm not joking. When I do this by myself, I feel like, a one-man band. I get the clip. I get that ready. I get a little nervous when people come on. I'm not very good at this. Glenn, Maron, what the hey, yo. That is just extremely generous of you. What the frig? I put eye drops in and I pushed all the gook to the corner. Glenn, thanks again. My gosh. Jeanette, thank you very much. Mucho gusto, generoso. Yeah, if you want to help support Goof On, I mean, what the hell, right? It's the best entertainment value for your money. It really is. Sometimes it isn't, but hey, nobody's perfect. Pretty close, though. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, let's... Oh, you see, I almost started doing the show. Oh, we got to get you guys in here. If I didn't say your name during the roll call, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Let me grab the link so I can invite you folks. It's coming. Here we go. Into the bar. Oh, whoa. Into the blah. What did I just say? Welcome to the wild blah. Here we go. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Link to join show. Must wear shirt and no swearing. Here it is. I mean, if you say shit or poop, that's all right, but try to avoid the N, the C, and the F. Please. And there it is. I'm going to link it to the top there for you guys. Oh, this is Wolfman Jack coming at you live. Oh, I almost had it back. Pin message, go. So the link is at the tops. I'll even throw it in twice, just at the bottom so it rotates. There it is again. All right, so I'll tell you what, while you guys are figuring out who's coming here, Samantha, hi, welcome to the show. Diane, the boss of Goof On, Diane Boss. Kelly Lewis with the EW, my favorite. And JP Morgan, that's JPM. We know who you are. Stars at Night Vision, welcome to the show. Donovan, welcome there. Dan Bob, welcome to the show. Myra Page. Cool name, you know that? That is a good name. That's like, I don't know. Like I would equate that to like a status symbol like Trump, Hilton, things like that. Kelly, number 4, Connolly. Welcome, number 4. You know what I am? Number 3. Yeah. I was the accident. What's up, Chris? Chris Zorlock. I can't believe I did that. I looked right at it. Don't say Zorlock, and I said it anyway. Zarloak. It's probably Zarloak, too, right? From Amsterdam. Yeah, I just flew in. And boy, are my arms tired. That's a terrible joke. Don't ever do it again. I won't, I promise. Conundrum! What's up, Chief? How you doing there, brother? Brian Yates is here, everybody. All right. So this was a very interesting week, very interesting month. Thor Panku, welcome to the show. Helen, good. Karen, the Good Twins here. And Hellfire Studio snuck through that door just in time. Good to see you too, Metalhead. I say it the way I sees it. Bob Perkins, what do you say, 2Bs? 2Bs are Yoga with Denise is here. You say YWD? It's hard to give you a nickname. We'll just call you Denise. Yeah, there we go. We'll come up with a nice one. You too, Bob. Oh, yeah, you're 2 boobies. Because you came on the shirt twice. You came on... Oh, my God. Did you hear what I just did? I am dyslexic. It's a known fact. Because you came on the show twice without your shirt on. So that's why you're the shirtless wonder. Bob Perkins, because 2 B's are better than 1, 2 boobies. See, yeah, that's how it all runs together. All right, I got to remind you guys, you know what I'm about to do. Those of you who've been following Goof On for a few months, this is something that has to be put into your memory banks. Because if you don't remember this, then there's no reason for me to go on. Here we go. You need to know this. Listen in.
Left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy, not a ufologist. I never have been, I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I just do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the
community. Got it. So you know what that means? That means he didn't care. He was forced into that position. It's what he said. I didn't want it. I was put there. You can't choose the career you want. I told you from the beginning. Something happened with Lou that he was put in the basement where the UFO files are to look at walls because of what he did. And I don't know what he did, but I'm speculating, I'm hypothesizing, I'm theorizing. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, all over this ufologist who he is not. Lou Elizondo, not a UFO guy. Heard him say it. He's going to bring those counterintelligence skills into the UFO community and wreak havoc. Wreaking havoc. Yeah, that's funny. That is so weird. Just talking to him. No, I mean, talking about him, not to him. Remember that guy, wreaking havoc? Holy crap. That was a long time ago. What, a year ago? Hey, Glenn Croy with 2 N's. It's GC, everybody. Throwing down a $10 super dono. See? Is that Jerky Boys I see? Oh, or is that the Tasmanian Devil? I don't know. It looks like Angry Bird squared, dude. That's it. Well, thanks, man. You didn't have to do that again. I mean, every show. That's I can't think. Thanks, Glenn. I appreciate it. Mucho gusto, generoso, and a continuing supporter of Goof On. You know you can't leave the family. Once you're in, you're in. I say, who goes? Oh, you may think you're leaving, but you'll always come back for this kind of pasta. Thanks, Glenn. Jeanette, thank you. Glenn. Boop. All right, and we are taking folks, if you want to join in. That's why we dropped the link. No rush. If nobody comes on tonight, that would be all right, too. That would be all right with me. Because I'm here to have a good time tonight. With or without you. I got so much stuff to go over. It's like, I got about 9 hours of stuff I never went. Stuff I never went over. I don't know if we talked about this. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. Since we're here, let's continue. Listen to what Michael Sala says. Because yesterday I played 4 minutes of it, and I wanted to continue it anyway. Bob's trying to get in, but it says it's not connected. And he's gone. Oh, there he is. I'll bring you in a second, Bob.
And summarized nicely on Twitter or X that it requires the Department of Defense, to get a clean audit by 2028, whatever that means. The Gillibrand Amendment prohibits funds from being used on any UFO program unless disclosed to congressional leadership and Intel and Armed Services Committee. I thought that part really stood out to me. So the Gillibrand Amendment seems to live on here. Is that significant?
Well, on paper, it appears to be significant because it looks as though, well, any corporation, because that's really where these UAP programs exist today. I mean, they're the ones that are studying any retrieved craft, any non-human intelligence. These corporations are studying these, putting together plans for reverse engineering those. So those are the things that the public would really want to know about. But the Gillibrand Amendment appears to make it a requirement that they report this without, and if they don't report it, then they can lose funding. But the problem here is that they're going to be reporting it to the relevant committees in the House of Representatives or the Senate, typically the Intelligence Committee or the Armed Services Committee, and they can do that under a number of provisions for special access programs. Like they can.
What do you say, Bob?
Oh boy. Okay, wait. Okay. How are you doing, Richie?
Okay.
You okay? Wait, do I get your sound? Fuck. I totally fucked up. You're still with me?
Brochan, you gonna say something or what?
Yeah, about the alien invasion?
Anything, man.
Oh shit, you're in that area.
What are you talking about?
By the time I look at your title, I said there's so many aspects at your concept of alien invasion, Richie. I mean, first, where I stand with the alien invasion concept is that it would be very unpopular, I believe, if an alien race would try to invade us. I believe that thinking like this, Richie, there's too much of us, too much investment as a human that you want to invade another one. It's very human, I believe, to invade. Maybe true alien have another form of invasion. And that's why I believe that as human, the fact we already have like this perfect planet to grow and evolve and maybe to reach something. Maybe in your concept of invasion, maybe we already got being invaded. I mean, let's face it, we're.
Are you talking about invaded or infiltrated?
Yeah, infiltrated. The two like in
they're alike, but they're different. Yeah, one's like takes decades. Infiltrate with your young ones. They grow up to learn what you want to hate, and then they go and do. I believe
that's it. I believe that I was looking at a conversation today, talking about leaving the planet. That planet is maybe the first step. If we look like in the future at the alien super advanced, they probably all left their planet at one point. So
you would think but you would have to imagine if they had a planet with plate tectonics. I mean, our planet's very unique in that way. How did that machine? It's like a machine.
We have ourselves to think as starting to think as a concept. I mean, human exists because we exist. So if we exist on the planet, there are a lot of big chance that other can live also on another planet because we do exist on the planet. So.
Absolutely, brother. Yeah, no doubt about that in my mind. That with the odds are in our favor, I think, even though people say trillions of stars, but there's billions of planets just like ours.
Exactly, but that's where it's interesting. It's important where you bring that night with the invasion or infiltration. That make a lot of sense. I believe we are at that point because look at us. We are just like alone by ourselves. Maybe they're waiting. Are they going to make it? Are they going to solve their problem, and leave that planet in time, just like we did, you know?
See, and if they were aliens of that kind of nature, that seems like they would have a lifetime. Well, they may live a lot longer than 80 years. Like us, they may live hundreds of years, even thousands. They could be, that's why, to them, they could wait it out and see what they're going to do. They can wait 30, 40 years. To them, that's nothing.
Yeah, there's this there is this this aspect, and there's also the another aspect I was thinking, Richie, is the fact that I was looking at I don't know if you watched the Grand Theft Auto new trailer, Grand Theft Auto 6 new trailer.
I saw the movie.
Yeah, I believe there is like a movie.
Well, you're talking about the video game or
yeah,
what?
the video game.
Hell yeah, then I love that.
Yeah, it looks so realistic now. More and more, it's gonna be more realistic. And when they're with their trailer, Rockstar are very honest. They truly show what the game is gonna be. It's not like I watched the older trailer, and you look at them, they look bad now because we just got that new trailer.
Right.
But if we go like that 10 years and 20 years in the future, can you believe that maybe we are somewhere? We could be in a game that somebody from distance is watching us. That there's this kind of infiltration. Memories seem to be very important in this life cycle of things. Yeah.
I say anything's possible because of the odds of anything happening seem to be happening in such a short span. I can imagine what 1,000 years will happen. Metalhead's here.
Oh God, dude, imagine 1,000 years. Dude.
Hey guys.
What's up, Metalhead and Will Carr? Who's making a lot of noise back there? Will.
I don't know.
No, that's not me. Yeah, I'm here.
I got headphones on.
All right. Well, it sounds like somebody's like dragging a bag of something along the floor.
Really?
Like. Bob, you didn't hear that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Thanks for backing me up.
And moving his shirt and things.
Yep. Well, guys, if you've been listening, we're talking about the possibility of what? The future? Time travel? What the aliens, how many, where do they come from? Are we in the midst of the beginning of a slow drip disclosure, alien false flag invasion? Guys, what do you want to talk about? Metalhead.
First of all, I'm still stuck on the thing that these aren't aliens that we're all observing in the skies or in film.
Okay.
When you look back in history, I've said this before, you look at what do they call them? Pyroglyphs or whatever? Out in the desert. Yeah. Petroglyphs. There you go. There's pictures of gray aliens, really. And these are, tens of thousands of years old, these drawings. So they've been here. And
yeah, there could be a lot of interpretation with those pictures. I mean, come on.
There's always room for debate.
Even if I don't believe that what I just said, because I truly believe that even at Stonehenge, you could depict what you want. You could see them drawing a bear. It looked like a bear. A snake looked like a snake. So they drawing like a alien. It had to be some sort of alien, or
right.
they're shadow or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Right, but then you look at the carvings in Egypt, and you've got these creatures with animal heads and horses' heads and lions' heads, and they depict them as being taller than the average person. I mean, these are all things to consider. I'm not saying there's not life out there, because our universe is just, too damn vast. And like you guys were saying, how many planets are just like ours out there? But my thing is I don't think any of them are visiting us. I think these things have been here the entire time. They live in the ocean and they live in the mountains, in the forest.
And how come you think that?
There might be a lot of planets, but not that much that might be harvesting life. Like
right.
I don't know.
No, agreed. I'm just saying, look, the possibility's out there. Yeah, you cannot just say no.
Exactly.
But
exactly, because we exist. So I mean,
but the things that we're experiencing have been here probably longer than us.
Oh, for sure. What do you believe? Do you believe that,
so who's the alien, really?
We
are. Us?
Yes. I think we are. Whether we were created, evolved, we're sure are different. You know, it's wild.
Right. And, you know, another thing which strikes me weird about our planet anyways, I know you make fun of Mr. MBB, but I was watching him today.
I stopped.
And
I mean, he's not that bad.
I never heard.
he's not that. He only shows what people send him. You
Exactly.
know, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
But someone sent him, they look at the ISS, and across the Indian Ocean was this perfect line in the clouds. It almost looked like a glitch in the Matrix.
Cool.
And it was 5,000 miles long.
Where can we find this? Right? Do you know what episode that was?
Just today.
Oh, well,
just earlier today.
Well, discuss while I pull that up.
Okay, yeah, pull them up. I just saw it maybe an hour ago.
Sweet, dude. Thank you. Yeah. So it shows what again? You're saying the line? Like, what is it?
It's a line that splits the sky in half, and none of the edges matches. You know, like the clouds don't match. It's a perfect line. Watch it. Watch the video right now, dude.
I'm going to show everybody. Yeah.
And so just to strengthen that image, I haven't even seen it yet. I've seen that myself in Canada on the East Coast.
Wow.
A line stripping the clouds, and like it was just a storm cloud, like going from the horizon and up into the sky, right? And there was, it looked like somebody took a knife and like cut it.
Exactly. That's what this one looks like.
It's like it's nice clean cut, and you could see the underneath the top of the cloud how it's all like a small riffle, and you know it goes on because it just riffles on like something to cut through it.
But you got to figure the ISS is 250 miles up, so it's got a really good view of this, and
so
they say it might even go longer because the field of view.
All right,
I don't know what phenomenon it is, but it has to be something. So,
but shit like this it never used to happen. You never heard stories about split sky and
hell no.
It's never really a topic. Usually, the topic is about objects, and people want to see objects. So that's their prerogative first, and that's the big thing. That's what everybody. They don't want to talk about a slit in the clouds.
Is this?
I look at clouds all the time, man. They can tell you a story.
Is this it?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
This is the beginning of it.
Okay, here
Giant sky glitch. Yeah.
Look like a TIE fighter.
But you got to keep going. Keep going forward if you want to see the footage from the ISS.
Yeah, it's right here. So let's take a
Madagascar, and this is what she noticed as she was watching the live feed. She noticed a very bizarre straight line.
That's just like a line he made.
Width of the Indian Ocean. And here's an example of what you're about to see that I made on Google
wait till you
Earth
see it.
over 5,075
It really
miles.
is bizarre.
Here's what it looks like.
Look at that.
Whoa! This again is some sort of
and it's 5,000 miles long or more.
Noticed from the International Space
That's
Station.
crazy.
250 miles above the Earth.
Didn't match.
This was noticed once again by
right.
Lisa
That's what I was trying to say.
Ridge, Arkansas.
What's going on?
December
What's the bigger
8th,
picture here?
2023, and you can see the time was 16:56,
almost
Universal
5
time, according to the ISS live cam. Notice the line in the sky.
Yes.
That is so bizarre. I mean, that looks completely unnatural, and it spans for over 5,075 miles, and quite possibly even farther. That's all we can see in the field of view. The field of view doesn't allow us to see any more than this. This is the original video that she shared with me at original speed. I haven't done anything.
See this right here? It's like it's not lined up. Like this should be up here. It's like plates on the Earth, plate tectonics. One side moves, the other side doesn't.
Exactly.
And you can see where it used to line up. Whoa, bro. Well, is there more? Let's see.
Thing to this section.
A little bit more.
Video,
he does some filters on it.
Oh, good. All right.
He does it like a reverse.
Slight modification so we can see this unusual line
Yeah,
a little
boy,
bit
he
better,
gets into
but
it.
you can see the separation
he does.
between the clouds right there and the noticeable
okay.
difference in the appearance of the clouds on both sides of that mysterious straight line that, in
Wow.
my opinion, couldn't have been created by an airplane because usually it's very windy
There's no
up
way,
here in
yeah.
the high altitudes
That's
of
no light.
the atmosphere, so there's
There has to be an explanation. Something like, how was this shot? Who's taking this video?
The ISS.
Oh, it is. Okay. So the ISS taking this video. So, okay. Oh, man. How do they stitch it up like this? I don't get it. If it's natural. Or
Right.
it's not natural and they just got it off the mark.
It's not making sense.
Space
if
isn't
anything,
real.
I know either we're not real and this is just all a delusion we're living in, or this could be connected back to the so-called aliens doing shit in the sky.
I know, it's weird.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's in their heads.
I'm not sure if this is legit because this kind of weird, like shaking and out of angle and everything, could be a lot of things.
Right, and you know, it could just be
chest, like laying down on his back. Like.
But I've never seen perfect wind shear like this ever.
All right, let's watch the rest, and we can still talk here. Let's take a look.
No way that would have remained stationary like that, spanning over 5,000 miles, quite possibly even far. Noticed this yesterday on December 8th of 2023 at 16:56 Universal Time. This is the first part of the video. The second part of the video, you're going to see a little closer view of this glitch in the sky out above the Indian Ocean that more than likely wasn't noticed by anybody on the ground because this thing spanned pretty much the entire width of the Indian Ocean, maybe over parts of Cambodia. It's a little difficult to say, but I'm going to zoom in close here in just a second, but you can clearly see there's something going on here that was in the sky yesterday above the Indian Ocean on December the 8th. And again, I don't think that was made by an airplane because it wouldn't have remained like that perfectly straight in the sky for an extended period of time. It would have been there for maybe a few seconds and then disappeared. Here I zoomed in on this particular area, and you can see the noticeable difference on both sides of this line. You can see the cloud cover abruptly changes. Over here it's thick, and over here it's thin. And right here it's thin, and over here it's thick. Looks like some sort of a glitch in the sky, a very unnatural glitch in the sky. This doesn't happen naturally. I've never seen anything like that in the sky. If I have seen something like that, it was very small and easily explained.
All right, I guess we get the gist of it.
Yeah.
So it gets repetitive after a while. And I want to make a comment. Yes, I know my mic sucks. I don't know what happened. I think I hit the settings that were off. Every time I turn my head, you guys, I disappear. I know. I get it. It sucks. I listened to yesterday's show and it sucked ass. I'm pissed off about it. That's all. I'm getting it done this weekend. All right. All right. That's tonight. All right. Tomorrow. So what do you guys think about this glitch in the Matrix, or is it just that we're getting a feed from the satellite, the ISS, or wherever it's from, and maybe they're overlapping the feed? Could that be possible? I don't know.
The great aspect in that is what would be the cause to create the some sort of a glitch in the Matrix?
What do you mean by what would be the cost?
Yeah, to create the glitch in the Matrix. Because it would have to impact on our reality. That's why there is a glitch. So what's the main event that create that glitch? Is it because I don't know, somebody I don't know.
Hey, does Will Carr want to join?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, I had some life stuff happen around me, but that's fine.
No problem. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. What I want to talk about, just that lining up thing. Now, I don't know. I'm not somebody that's smart, right? But I've seen firsthand clouds coming from 3 different directions. I was just down east this year, and there was a storm that came over just by Meyer River in Nova Scotia. And the storm cloud came from the back of me, the right of me, and the left side of me. And it just so happened where I was looking, it all put to that center. So what may have happened, clouds on the same level may have pushed off each other and created that plume of clouds hitting each other. So it looks like there's more than what there is there. So it stands out more. But I'm just saying, I don't know, but that's what I see happening. It's like a storm front coming in from one way, storm front coming from another, and when they meet, they just thicken the initial cloud.
Well,
right? I would love to see more of that feed. I want to see see where that cloud came from. Was it open there at one point? It had to have been. So,
but it's such a defined line. It's not like, clouds are coming together. It's like a page of something is coming together. It's weird, like a piece.
But our perception of things is linear, right?
Yeah, I
So
know.
you're going to get a lot of that in life, right? And clouds and rocks and dirt and stones and gems and right. So,
But how
it's
is it
gonna happen.
off? But it's off kilter. You could see just like the plates.
That I would say that's more of a, what do you call those freaking things where you see a face but there's no face?
Oh no, I don't think it's
Pareidolia. You know?
Yeah, I don't think that. No.
I don't know.
that is. Yeah.
From that height, it's already taken pictures like that before on Mars, right? Then when we realize what's really on Mars, then you go, I see.
But this is a little bit different.
Okay.
Only I don't know, because here, let me show you, everybody. See this right here? This piece should be up here or down here. You see, okay, here it is. It connects to the bottom. And then this would, right here to the right, would slide back down into this. It's interesting.
Almost make out. So where's your mouse there?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. There you go.
No, you had, that image there. So I wish I could point it out. Right in the center of the screen, right there, that triangle shaped cloud on the left there, of that line.
This here?
Going down now, and you can almost make it out to the other cloud on the bottom, right? Even though it's on that part of the line, it's just underneath it. It's more denser there. That's what I'm saying, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, I hear you now. I don't know about.
And just only because I say that because I've been in a storm underneath it, watching it cross over each other. And then the center cloud got thick. But I just watched all three angles, three clouds come into it, and I'm like, yeah, that's a storm.
I think he's got radar on it too, right?
Right? It's all still images or whatever. There's no movement.
Right here.
And when you do, you'll see it coming in. See?
Yeah,
pressure system.
I hear what you're saying. It could just be that.
Anchor,
but it's not on a major scale, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Huge scale, but it's a pretty cool little thing that happened. So I appreciate you bringing it up. Metalhead brought it up, right?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
I thought it was cool.
It was. It is. Yeah. You know what's interesting? Is there been any updates on the Peruvian alien mummies? Anything happened in the last 2 weeks?
Other than what Timothy Alberino has done, that's it.
It's pretty cool that he went down there. What were the results?
Well, he thought the witnesses were credible. He says something happened. He thinks it's humans with advanced technology that are just doing nefarious things.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's really strange. But he didn't find...
weird things have happened down there in the Amazons before. You get these companies trying to get rid of these villages because they want the forest.
Right.
Yeah. And so they'll scare them, they'll do stuff or whatever.
Just like Avatar.
Right, exactly.
I hate that movie. The second one.
I hate it too, but whatever.
The second one is terrible. Super.
Wow, I thought it was a beautiful movie, actually.
Oh, don't tell me you loved Avatar 2, man, Richie.
I loved it. I watched it 3 times now. I think it's a beautiful
in the water with those little lights.
Yeah, you know what I did? I got real high and I imagined I was there. So, sue me.
That's good. That's good.
I don't have many friends. But what is going on now with the whistleblowers? Did they push the Leader Schumer's legislation through and all that shit?
Leader Schumer.
Leader Schumer. I know. That's all I hear now.
Right.
That's how James Fox was. Like a little groupie, man.
James Fox. You're right.
Turkey UFO is real. It must be. Yeah, it might be. Why, oh, why, it might be. You know? What else is going on? I mean, we could just pick on anything. The legislation, those laws will never get passed in time. So that is going to kill disclosure.
Well,
Bob, what do you think about that? Who said that?
Me.
Go for it.
I don't think we should depend on government for anything.
No, good freaking call. No, we should do it.
Period. We're the disclosure. The people on the ground that are filming things, doing the best that we can with eyes in the sky. That's all we can do at this point until one of them lands and lets us film him.
That's the second time I heard that today. And the first time was with Richard, Professor Holland, who said that we have to, we can't depend on the government. We can't wait for the government to
You can't.
give us something exactly.
Gary Nolan
Richie,
said that?
He's a pretty good guy. He's linked.
Richie, you've been around almost as long as me.
Yeah.
You have seen politician after politician fail.
Yeah.
How many decades now, bro?
It's forever, as long as the Roswell started, I guess, right?
Right.
Because it's not in their interest to disclose anything in that level of things. I mean, they are government to take care of of basic needs, basic things, not like a cosmic need.
Right.
A cosmic need.
Well, no, we have to. They're gonna. That's why NASA's getting involved with everything. We gotta.
But I think there's a lot of weaponry involved in this.
Yeah.
That's
well.
Exactly. Anything closer that get to that conversation would be talking about war. The why.
Right. Well, look, it's almost World War III at the moment around the world.
Some believe it is right now.
Yeah.
It's close, man. I mean,
we are damn close, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Putin is right on. Putin is on this. He's like a shooting star, reaching everybody. Everybody's going with him, and it's a world-changing thing. What's happening right now? It's
all right. I'm bringing in terrestrial material. What do they say, TM?
Yes,
what's up? What's
Hey,
up?
what's up?
Ricky? How you doing?
How's it going, man? What have you been up to? Still working? Still doing the show? Everything the same, right?
Yeah, yeah, we're trying. We're getting.
Don't you come on in like an hour almost?
No, that's tomorrow. We're doing tomorrow.
You don't do Saturday anymore?
No, we do. It's just like for the movement of guests. Like we do Saturday or Sunday based. Like when I invite a guest, I give them Saturday or Sunday, and then the times that are open so that they actually have, a little bit of more of a choice of it since it's live. But yeah, I don't know. The live thing is tough with guests, Rich. It's hard sometimes because, especially with people you'd never met before. Whether or not they show and how that ends up working out, it's kind of a weird deal. I think depending on how tomorrow goes, we might switch to just doing pre-records at the very least for guests only.
That's a good idea too. Yeah.
But anyway, enough about me, man. How you been, dude? I know you haven't had these panels in a long time.
Yeah, well, just like clockwork, I was getting sick on weekends, but it just happened to be okay, and I figured let's do every Saturday. We'll do roundtable shows, so that's what I'm trying to do now. But I'm glad you came in, and thanks for the kind words too. What do you chimed in? You're here now. What is it that got your attention?
Yeah, obviously, I want to say what's up to you and see how you're doing.
I didn't know if that was a good enough answer, so I just. I already talked about it. That's why.
Oh, no, that's fine. No, but I mean, you guys are talking about the amendment. I mean, when you look at that thing, I mean, I had problems with it, Rich, but at the same time, I mean, to see them just kind of gut the thing in front of everybody like that, it's very, very weird. No?
Yeah. Are they doing that to other things? Making a big stink about it that they want to turn down? See how they react. They react very strange. The whole thing's political anyway now. Everything about UFOs is political and entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, we've put it there for sure. They have the opportunity now. It just sucks, man. 25 years is kind of what we're looking at now for any potential anything, if they're even going to get it. And the most annoying part is, you hear people say, well, we got some of the JFK files when they did it this way. But at the same time, I mean, that's how many files did we get for JFK? Does anybody know the exact amount at all or a roundabout way?
Yeah, there were like thousand and thousand.
Right. But when you look
with no substance.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word.
So
no substance.
So they put out all that stuff about Kennedy, and it was how much percentage was useful?
I
Zero.
heard 90% is what we got, somewhere around there. I just didn't know the real number, but we got somewhere around 90%. But it's like we're still waiting on the exact same people who are telling us they're not going to tell us, and now they're going to tell us. It's like the same people that just blocked your amendment are now going to give you the key to disclosure. It's like, don't you think they would have gave you the key right there if they were going to do that? It's weird, man.
You know, we know what's going on in this field. Yes, it is a field of study. And we know what's going on. They don't care about us. They don't. No. We're such a small percentage of this little community that they don't care about us. They don't, because they just want the people in regular public to get a glimpse of what's going on. And they're not going to come here and study it. So when people hear it, they're like, are we going to war with aliens? What? Where'd you get that from? It's because the media is making the aliens a threat and everything else. So.
But it's just they don't.
Terrible.
The Senate and the House, Rich, they don't play by our rules. They don't care about what ufology thinks. I mean, they'll rip that bill right up in front of you and say, "Yeah, do something about it." I mean, they know that they run the whole game, you know. And it's like we're getting to the point where it's like, do I even give the government a 1% that they want to that they can be trusted at all? No. I mean, we're just running into so many walls. Like the reputation has gotten just worse and worse and worse, and it keeps getting worse. And I just don't see it ending anytime soon.
And it's walls with different layers inside of them, you know, walls
compartmentalized
with layer.
Yeah, that's compartmentalization.
That's why I'm saying you can't depend on the government, period. They've always been liars. They're always going to be liars. And that's just the way America's been, you know, since the beginning.
So what do we do? As civilians here in the UFO community, what do we do?
Well, the thing that we're supposed to do is to work. I mean, I just get back to work now because I was like unemployment for like almost a year. And the real normal people work like 5 days on 7. And you have like 2 days to like live, like clean your house, do your groceries, cook. And that's if you have new kids. And you know, it's pretty much like life is about work, the true life, real life. So, yeah. And you have to deal with the government and that. So that's. I mean, where I'm working, it's a very weird. It's a super religious place where all ancient, like old people, old lady missionaries, like going in Africa, like Christian, and there's other kind of religion there. But they're all old people, so I get them different room. I get their linen, and I clean their linen. So, yeah. So I can see like. I'm like from another planet. Honestly, Richie, I'm from another planet when I get there. I was talking with the girl, like a regular black girl was like training me, doing, you have to fold this thing like this, like that. Mm-hmm. I said, yeah, all right. We're talking, and it's just the regular. I said, do you know about you ever heard a UFO story? I said, she said, like, what? It's a UFO, you know, the UFO things. I don't know. They're like so far. They're not like us, like super aware and things of the last news of Cordell or things. It's just no. They're not there. It's like it's very, very far.
Well, I just think that we have like two ways at this point that I can think of. Is that we either have to wait for a Snowden. Wait for somebody that finally says enough is enough, and where he's going to bring out the footage, or
that guy was kind of David Grush,
a little bit, yeah, a little bit,
you know.
Or the other thing is like Jeremy Rise is trying to do that alt propulsion. I mean, they're trying to figure it out on their own and understand the technology on their own. Because I agree with him. If we can figure out how it flies, we don't need them to tell us about it anymore.
Right.
I just don't know, you know, it's like, but I asked him, I was like, do you think we could figure it out though before in 25 years before they would tell us anything additional if they were going to? And he just says, maybe, you know, there's hope there. I mean, they're doing a lot of really cool stuff over there, man. So I don't know, Rich, it's so hard, dude. We've been at this stuff for so long, interested in these topics, and to get this amendment to get chopped up like this, it's a real blow, I think, for everybody, man.
Of course. It's the worst. And they got everybody's hopes up that something was imminent, right? Even I said, oh my God, back in April, something big's going to happen this year. Nothing has happened. And we just keep getting led along in the apples. You know
what's interesting?
Right
every time, I recall that in big time of war, like I believe yeah, there was always like you need to have like this hype out of to take you out of that reality that is so bad, so hardcore that we're living right now. It's like disease, pandemic, war. You need to have like some sort of fantasy. Call it before there was like it was called, I think it was like Superman. Some regular guy was able to jump different, doing leap and of faith and things. Now it's those UFO. You know, it take us out a little bit of the drama. So it make maybe it help us like you know, to heal ourselves with that subject. Maybe we can heal ourselves with that subject, and that's important. But I believe that, but I also believe that it's linked in that war and things like that. There have to be some sort of interest. I can't believe it's that stupid, and we are going there anyway.
Well, what,
Yeah, and-
Rich? Next year we get Elizondo's book, right? You know, I think he's
maybe.
gonna. I think he's gonna come out on News Nation at the start of next year.
Oh yeah, I bet
He's
you're
gonna
right.
be working with Ross Coulthard.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Because Ross just got the contract over there at News
Exactly.
Nation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I was expecting you to come on that one, Richie. That's very special for me.
What's that?
Ross Coulthard, like, all right, taking the move to working and the house. You know,
But
with
I
that.
did mention it.
Oh, okay, I didn't saw it. All right.
Oh, okay. It might have been a night where, you know, I could have been going fast. I don't know. But I did mention it. No, I think it's interesting anyway.
No.
Don't have to. Huh? What?
Yes, the
Here's Jeremy Riss's channel. You see, he's into all this stuff, metamaterials. Look at this, metamaterials presentation. So he's really, him and his buddies are trying their hardest, man.
Yeah.
Here soon. If you're interested in studying,
but everybody should go check out that channel over there, Alien Scientist.
Yeah.
Subscribe if you can. He does a lot of good things.
I wish I was smart enough to like understand more of what he was saying though. When those guys, I'm good for like about the first 30 minutes of the show, and then when you get around 40 minutes and all those physicists start getting in there, I'm just lost, man. And I mean, they've got content for days over there to come. They don't care. They don't care what's going on. You know, they're always gonna have something interesting to talk about. Those guys, you know.
Use your cough button when you cough. All over, my ears are bleeding now.
Sorry, I'm trying to get up. Yo, did you watch his last show about the
And yes.
aerogel?
Yeah,
Which
the
one?
aerogel, yeah.
Yeah, aerogel, and he made that show about the plasma with the guy I was talking about, Richard, not Richard, but Professor Holland with the big white bird. Those two together, I like them. They're like going pretty far in the like thinking out of the box of what could be, what could be not. They did a good show about Rendlesham, even if I don't like share much what they think about that one. But yeah, they you watched that show, Richie? About the theory of that guy concerning the Foo Fighters.
What's the name of it?
It's Professor Holland.
Oh no, I haven't.
Yeah, you get a theory, man. It was that with that guy with the big voice. I forget his name now.
Morgan Freeman.
Jim Burgett, I think, something like that.
Tim Burchett?
Yeah, no, not Tim Burchett. Anyway, you were talking about that plasma that could be like a laser-based kind of a like weapon threat illusion, something. It was so, as he said, it's like they're so super smart. They're trying to figure out like, I'm trying to follow, but it's like they're pretty good in their physics and you know.
Yeah, you can understand what they're saying. You just can't have a conversation on your own with somebody else.
Yeah,
I understand that.
I'm a guy who work with imagination a lot, so I bring concept and the details.
Everything, yeah, all the little tidbits, and whatever I just said. Bernie, thank you for the $2 super dono, as well as Maureen Young. Mucho gusto, generoso. You both have been supporting the show for a while. I appreciate it. All right. That's it. Gotta go quick. It's not just me tonight. And everything you guys said everything's in motion. Oh, wait, hold on. Right? Everything is. Solar Marshall says, hey, did you see the latest MH370 story by Astroforb? Seems to have been, yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Right here. Yeah, pretty interesting. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think it's been debunked, that MH370?
It was debunked.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
time I saw
Those
that
two guys,
video, I
those two
said it's
guys,
fake.
working in CGI. I even posted on Twitter, man. They totally debunked it. Like they were like laughing at it, eating pizza with those glasses. I don't know. That's terrible. Come on.
I've steered clear of it completely. I didn't do a show about it or anything, man. I hope the best for the guy, man. No doubt about it. He seems like he's having a tough time. There's a lot of stress, I'm sure, on him right now. There's a lot of pressure. If he's not used to that, I couldn't imagine being in his shoes and exactly how I would react. He's in a tough spot. Yeah, but yeah, videos they're not legit, man. I mean, I think 2 weeks ago when the first original VFX guy talked to him, which is what I figured would happen would be that, hey, he's gonna tell you that this is how this effect work is done. It's just, if he had more time, like I know, because I follow him, Rich. I listen to his stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
He's saying he's going to do electrical engineering or something like that now, and I'm thinking, man, if the videos hinge everything on him so much, this is such a big deal to him. Why doesn't he take a little bit of time and start going into animation, go into video editing, go look at that stuff for a while, and then kind of come back to the videos and come from that perspective?
Why do you say that?
Because I think he really relies on those videos in his mind. It's a big deal. I mean, you could see the demeanor change once the stuff kind of came out yesterday. I think he took it really hard, and I think if he could take some time to understand those processes a little bit more, he might be able to kind of get some reason. But to be honest with you, Rich, he can do whatever he wants. He's his own man. I would like to see him take a couple weeks off. Maybe take a vacation and get away from this stuff for a little bit and think about it and come back maybe in a couple of weeks and see how he feels. And if he feels he wants to, trudge forward, do what you got to do what you want to do. But I think when you're in that kind of spotlight with that much negativity on you, it's hard to like really bring a lot of reason. I think it's easy to miss stuff, or it's easy to want to be right so bad that you push things at your mind in a certain direction. And that's not what I want for him, whether the videos are fake, real, whatever. I still think he's a person, you know what I mean? And I'm not for everybody just kind of dunking on him completely. Everybody makes mistakes, man.
But at least he tried. I mean, he's trying. Yeah. That's all we want, is an honest try. And that guy seems to have done that. Kudos to him for trying.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I mean, for a minute, I really thought he was going to come out and say he thought the videos were fake for good, and I was like, oh, okay, that's really good news. But the double down makes me think that I really wish he'd just take a break for a little bit, man, and come back. But best of luck to him, man, for sure. Hope the best for him.
I wonder if they do that for a challenge to themselves, or if it's a contract they get. Do we like some sort of a super UFO video? So we're gonna do
supposedly, but that's rumor.
I wonder.
Nah, Christy B, thank you for the $10. Let's just say it as it is. This has been so entertaining today. Much love from North Carolina. Cool. Thanks a lot. And Maureen Young and Bernie Muro. I flashed your stuff there for $2 each on the Super Dono package. Thanks again, everybody. Amazing. I got the best. You guys are the best. Honest to goodness. No, they are. They are. Appreciate it. What am I going to say? They're the worst. They do an okay
I'm not
job.
Laughing at that. I'm just
I know.
Right,
No, I'm just talking to myself. And I wasn't going off what you did. I would have said it anyway. I was going that way. Right. But they do. I think for the most part, nobody wants to work for GoofOn. So I appreciate that. I'm very humbled by their work. That the bonus will be in your Christmas checks at Scambian's place.
No, have you been eating? I've been drinking something super red. You look like a bit like a vampire, man.
Oh my God!
Your mouth is like red.
The fruit punch.
Is it really?
Yeah, you look like a vampire, dude. I was like, is it just me, man?
No, it's not just you.
Oh my God! How did it get so red?
I don't know.
Maybe that's why people were looking at me funny at the funeral
and I was
yesterday.
Looking at you taking your pills, more red.
Or I have a big bad cut in my tongue. My God.
But what do you think about the landscape next year, Rich? What are you seeing?
Landscape?
Yeah, I mean, where do you see early next year, maybe mid next year. Where do you think this is all at? Are they going to try to draw new bills, new amendments? Are they going to push still, or what do you think?
They surprise me all the time, you know. But here's what I think might happen. They're going to try again. We're going to see whistleblowers next year. I think right after the new year, they're not going to waste too much time, like February-ish. There will be a whistleblower. There'll be another congressional hearing. That's for sure. But as far as this, I don't know. Oh no, I can't stop thinking about my tongue now.
I mean, at this point, you want to have a hearing for what exactly? I mean, let's say you want to have a hearing, terrestrial material. What would be that hearing? That ultimate question you would get, like, oh, finally I can talk. This is my question.
I mean, if we had somebody brand new that wasn't linked to any prior movements or anything, that kind of just stepped out of like the DOE or even DOD, if that was possible to get somebody like that we could, take a look at some proof, that'd be great.
I mean, the first thing I would like to see is that picture, that picture that all those guys, those politicians saw, but they saw, oh yeah, this was the picture. That when you see that, you know that, okay, yeah, this is real.
The picture Gates said, the picture of Matt Gates said, yeah,
I think even Tim Burchett saw it, but they can talk about it. And the guy with the super haircut, he talked about it awesome. Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about with Grush was that, when he went on Rogan, all he ever talked about was how he wasn't into ufology, but all he did was parrot everything that we've talked about for years. And I think to myself, if he was in a position, which he may have been, maybe, but still, if he was in a position to where he could see videos and see footage and see photos, whatever, what have you, of any kind of proof, it seems like there'd be something that was still unclassified that was maybe just tucked, collecting dust in the corner that he could have just brought out with him and said, hey, this is new though. It's not classified, but it's new. He didn't bring anything, nothing, not even to say, look, I had access to this stuff and here's proof of that I did. It's unclassified, but it's here. There's literally nothing. That's what irritates me with him.
It's like almost like you think he's working for like the right arm of Gary Nolan and that Soul Foundation thing. Like,
I think he's possibly manipulated. That's one of the biggest takeaways I have from the Grush interview is that he seemed, I mean this in a loving way. He seemed a little dopey. Like he seemed like you could have told him some stuff and he would have went, yeah, okay, I'm on board. He seemed like that.
I know what you mean. Joe Rogan said it like
that's what I said too.
He said something about the expression was good. Useful, idiotic, something. Joe Rogan nailed it pretty good. But
Rogan's interview was weird, man. Rogan barely talked.
Right?
It seems like he's tired of this.
He
getting to that point,
Yeah.
He did look disinterested. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Freaking bodies. Now you got to show us. That's what I said. Once they mention there's bodies, now you got to show us. I mean, come on. We're at this point.
But we have to understand that he's autistic. Maybe it's part of the.
I mean, I think 2019 Rogan would have tore him up, though, Rich. Right? I mean, look at the way he treated DeLong. Why wasn't it a similar situation?
Can you repeat that? I was looking at some stuff. I'm sorry.
I was saying when you look at the interview with DeLong and Joe Rogan's whispering to Jamie in the mic, "I'm not buying it," and everything. That was nothing like the demeanor he had with Grush. Why do you think that there was such a difference? Just because Grush is military and DeLong is a punk rock guy? Or, I mean, what do you think the change was with that?
Yeah, that is a good point. He did act different. I think it's because of they're different people who talk different ways. And I think Joe Rogan felt comfortable. That's what I think.
I believe that Joe Rogan pulled all that hype, that attention on Bob Lazar. So doing it on another guy, it's like, all the faith I have is on Bob Lazar because Joe Rogan, when you watch this interview with Bob Lazar, it's like, yeah. Oh yeah, he was right. I felt him when he was talking. You knew how to feel the guy, and I didn't feel that he felt like Grush that much. So yeah,
I think he's like
all his heads are with Bob Lazar. That's Joe Rogan.
I think he's sick of it. He's just sick of it. He probably is
No,
listening
yeah, he's
to it.
probably sick of it. Like he's been covering it for a long time, so he's not like moving out from the eggs. Like,
Well, he's like waiting for somebody to say something important, and everybody says the same exact thing. Well, mean the same thing, but different way of getting there. You know, it's the same story. The bodies are hidden. They're down in the basement. We had aliens. They died. Trying to back engineer shit, and that's what people are probably seeing. Now, my thing is all this drone technology that we've been telling everybody. I've been saying it's China because they're light years ahead. Here I am thinking China's light years ahead when we are the ones that are actually light years ahead in the drone technology, and I want to talk about that on Monday. But I found this article that showed that we have drone capability that's way better than what China's been doing. So
yeah, but
we've
I
been
mean,
lied to.
Okay, I'll be honest, Richie. Look, I was working in the restaurant, Asian restaurant. I told that story. Asian restaurant by night. 4 years I worked night shift. And one night I went out the restaurant. I light up the cigarette. It was like 3:30, 4 a.m. I don't care. And the full real story, I asked myself, I want to see a horror. Okay, I asked myself in my head.
Want to see what?
I saw a horror, a blue horror.
I know you heard what I thought I heard, Rich.
I don't know what I heard.
Super fast. It was like the level of the trees, and it was like there was like no electric wire there, and it was like fast like a.
When was this?
Fly. What?
When was this?
It was in the not Sherbrooke, Magog. I was working in the.
How many years ago?
Oh, a couple of years, then maybe I don't know.
Oh, okay. So it's been more than all right. I'm just curious. Yeah, didn't know if you were
on Twitter. I even went on I created the whole event with different. I think on Wombat to make sure that exactly what I saw, and it was like it was blue, and it was super fast, man. It was something that just came, and it was on a mission.
Hold on a second. I want to ask you something. Keep going. I want to ask you something. So give me an idea of what the area looked like. Was it a warehouse? Did it have tires in the back? I mean, what's around that area real quick?
It's let's say 3:30 and in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning. It's like super quiet. It's night. And I'm working and I'm a receptionist in an Asian restaurant. And I'm folding like different. I'm folding
napkins and silverware.
I go back there, and then I want to go to smoke a cigarette, and I'm already parked in that UFO field and things. I'm already there, and it's the same meal. I'm pretty much, but I go there outside, and then there is a McDonald's. I do remember, and I ask myself, all right. I would like to see like a horror or something like it's always because I told myself it's always happening at that time. They say like at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. or something.
Oh, he's saying orb. He's saying orb. Okay.
Yeah, it's a horb. Yeah, ORB. So and then that thing just happened. It was like you know in those whole cartoon when you have like the fairies with Peter Pan,
yes,
just like that, man. Blue.
Wow.
But fast, man, fast like a fly. Just like a fly move. No, when you try to tap the fly and it's gonna move.
Like if you had a laser pointer and you were going and you'd see it on the wall, it'd be that fast.
It's not laser. It doesn't have like a sword.
I know it's not. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying, but that's kind of how it looks like. The diet. Yeah, if it was just the diet.
And there it goes so fast that it leaves some sort of.
Well, that
maybe it's the speed of the light that create that, but you see. No. You feel like you see something behind it. It's so fast. It leaves.
It only happened the one time?
What?
Only happened that one time?
One time. Just one time, yeah.
Anybody else see it? Did you tell anyone?
I was alone. I was full alone. It was in the night.
Right, but did you tell anyone eventually?
Dude. I told the girl, my boss, and that's it. I posted on or even on Twitter. Everything I saw, I posted on Twitter. I tried to create the most accurate version of it. So that's cool, why when I heard like that. But my point is, I was talking about the horror because Professor Holden was trying to make the link that it could be like us creating those horror like as those Foo Fighters things. But there's two differences here. There's something truly independent of what the US could be able to create, even in the most advanced way. their best wish to create the most advanced thing. They couldn't reach that kind of thing. It's like a sparkle of electricity that is on itself independent, and that's the way.
Yeah, man, it's just doing its own thing. So where do you think that it could have come from? Like, what's in the outside area? Are there a lot of wires, boxes of power?
I ask in my brain to see something, and then it pop up. So that's why maybe when they say you can create, I don't know, Richie, and I told, when I leave your show most of the time, in the middle of your show, I go tell story online in a site to different people.
Yeah.
I go tell story, and through story you can reach different interesting. And I don't know, maybe
cool.
with our brain, the foundation of humanity come from a dream. Maybe, it's that far. I'm that far. There's nothing like, it's not about weapons, it's not about there's something about the will of life, the will to survive. There's something very lightful in that, and I'm trying to focus on that aspect. Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff, man. But
it's hard to know what it is, It's hard to know really what everything is at the end of the day, what all this technology is, what we've been able to figure out, what we haven't. Something's there though. I think Fravor's seen something, but I still think it was ours, what he's seen, but I still don't think that we get that technology without reverse engineering it. If somebody could have figured that out in the 50s, somebody else would have figured it out by now. We'd have anti-grav already out and about. We had some help, I think, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I just don't see any evidence, Rich. Like, that's kind of really where I'm at this point with everything, is if somebody could really prove to me that we could have in the 40s or the 50s had just a couple of the physicists that were able to figure it out, and no one else since has been able to figure it out. We had the smartest guys that were so far ahead of their time. If you could prove that to me, I'd say it's all our tech. Then I could buy that. But
when I saw that, I felt like something. I mean, how can you kill something that is spiritual? How can you hand something spiritual in nature? You can't.
You can't. You're right.
It's not truly physical. It's not truly. You can't kill that. And I believe that's exactly what we're dealing with when you're talking about the true like phenomena. Maybe call it like UFO, UAP, but those things are not from. They're from a spiritual like field, like a perception we're not supposed to be there yet. We have to maybe to face this living on Earth, to live that process, to live and die.
Yeah, but
and then
But does everybody on the planet have to do that? And then we can go to the next level? Dorothy might have an answer. Dit.55, Dorothy Hawkins. How you doing, Dorothy?
She's Team Red.
Yes.
Well, of course, it's one of my favorite colors, black, white, and red. It's the only combination for colorblind people like myself, you see.
Ah, good to know. Duly noted. I'm going to get you a nice Christmas card. Red, white, and black. I like those colors, but I like orange instead of red.
Well, clue me into what you've been talking about. I heard something to the effect that we have to work on. Well, we have to work on something here before we can go there, or something. What were you saying?
Yeah,
Bob was saying that. Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, exactly.
Real quick. Reiterate.
Well, well, she get me like right now on two aspects, because I was talking at the first of the show the importance of life as to work on that planet. It's part of the spiritual aspect. But yeah, I think she's trying to reach me back on the spiritual aspect of what happened when we die, and because those UFO might be like related with that aspect or something like that, I guess.
Okay. The idea that we run through this life and we've run through many other lives.
Yeah.
There are theories running around that we're running through all the timelines all at once, but we're usually not aware of these other things that are going on.
I have a very big problem with that concept. It looked like for me the multiverse new perception from Marvel, like timelines, multiverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with that.
Why?
Because you lose the importance of the first life. Why my life wouldn't be important? My life is important for me, But you see how those movies look like? They're losing importance because they're different timelines. There's too many. Oh, what's important if this guy dies? But because you're gonna live in another timeline. You know that there's
No.
this kind of thing for me.
Wow, no, I didn't see it that way at all. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
Man, what a terrible feeling.
Anyway,
that movie was. That.
Let's listen to Dorothy.
Well, I have my own thoughts about it, but I never come to any conclusions. And this is an issue because I'm constantly learning new stuff that alters what I think is going on. For myself, I've seen a lot of my own patterns being mirrored back to me in the form of other people that I'm interacting with. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this in themselves with this big, like perceptual change that's going on.
In what way? Like, what do you feel is changing?
I'm sorry?
Oh, like in what way? Like, could you give me an example of like what you feel is changing your perception? I mean, what are you seeing different?
Well, the entire UFO / alien / multiple timelines / it's our future selves / it's the
interesting
ancient aliens gods / it's like all these. I'm weighing and sifting all these different theories now because I'm so recently back in. I was telling someone in a talk space this morning about how when I came out of my cave of grief after my son's death in 2020, one of the first places I came to was GoofOn, and the reason I kept coming back is that Rich's humor is humor I can relate to from when I was younger and happier. So I just really needed to laugh a lot to get out of my grief, and so I really appreciate Rich's humor on account of just that one thing alone. You made me laugh when I wanted to cry and curl up in a ball. That's important,
God. Thank you for saying that.
He'll make you laugh, no doubt. Last night it was it was no rudders, no tail, no wings. Rich, I was on the floor laughing when you sang that, dude. I was on the floor, dude.
I forgot. I don't know what I'm saying.
But no, Dorothy, anyway, I agree with you though.
We go through a lot of lives. We go through a lot of lives.
Yeah.
And this is just one of them. If you've ever had the feeling of deja vu, it's probably somewhere you were in a different life. I had that once. Went to a place I'd never been. There was this little sculpture there of a church. And it was like in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, my husband and I built this 150 years ago. Why did they make it into a, like a stained glass mosaic? What'd they do? So it was like, and was that just my flight of fancy because I was overtired from the trip? Who knows? And so I always have to weigh things from that perspective too, because in our modern day, there are many psychological reasons why people have these experiences, but not all the experiences are just psychological things that happen. So there's too much to weigh right now. And I think a lot of people like me feel overwhelmed with the incredible amount of what's going on, in so many different areas. That NDA or UAPDA or whatever that was that partially failed. I don't know that it failed entirely, but it sure doesn't mean that it's time to stop pushing for, more transparency from our government on what's going on with these UFOs and the USOs and, well, collectively the UAPs. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. I wouldn't mind if they still wanted to keep kind of hammering at the door on it, if they want to still try to make more legislation and do that. I agree with you, though. The perspective change, the AI really changed me this year, Dorothy. Well, the more I never really looked at AI very much. Like you hear about the photos and stuff like that. But then when you really start to hear how advanced it's getting and how quickly it's going to get more and more advanced, I start to think if it can do our physics now and it can figure out our physics now, could AI have really cracked gravity already for us? And are we really seeing time travel machines that they've made for us that we're coming back to maybe figure out where AI went wrong? Or, because we're starting to see it come around. And I agree. It adds more to the table. And it is frustrating because then when you see legislation like this UAP bill not really go through the way you want it to, you kind of get down because you're like, man, we have so many more questions than we've ever had. And we have so little more roads. It feels like we're able to go down and it's a real mess. overall. But I definitely agree with you on that for sure.
Yo, Richie, you know you remember the cartoon character from I think he's called from Looney Tune. He's called Marvin the Alien.
Yeah,
you know, he's got
Marvin the
this
Martian.
little-
Yeah, I loved him. Yeah,
Yeah, Marvin the Martian.
yeah.
That character is more important than you think. He's like, in fact, he doesn't have a shape. He used different things, different tools to make himself a shape. He just have those eyes. So he could be like in your computer, it could be in a tree, it could be in a wall.
Yeah.
Like just those eyes. And this guy, I remember this show. There was like at one point in my life, there was like a lot of cartoon, a lot of Looney Tune every like Sunday morning. But there was like this one thing, the one show within that he was like having this tool. It was a screen where you could see what you think and what you dream. I felt like when I was watching that, I said like and myself like, I want to have that. I want to have that that thing. And now in 2003, we have this. It's called the AI intelligence. We can create everything we want to see now. That's where we are. We can create everything we want to see. And this is fucked up because if you're a fucked up and nasty person, you can create what you want to see. And if you're a good person, you can create what you want to see too. But we have this tool now that we can create everything. What we all call it a weapon, maybe, but truly is another kind of weapon. It's called imagination on yourself, and that imagination, oh boy, now it's on our side. We can use it to create everything what we want. We are there. It's call it. I don't know if we're going there, but I call it Marvin the Martian, and this is
in his laser pistol.
And he got a laser pistol that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't work, and it's super powerful. And sometimes he even blow himself, but he can die. He's just gonna teleport and come back. But anyway,
I wonder, Rich, what do you think about this? Maybe if they feel that they can hold disclosure for 25 more years, maybe AI will get so good to the point to where, I mean, video and photo, it's already so easy to fake. But maybe they feel like it'll get so good, no one will believe any video or anything so well at that point that it just covers itself up at that point. They don't have to deal with it anymore. What do you think?
See, and I think we're at that point already. I think, I think we either at the beginning stages or we're in it. You know, I think we're at that point already, pretty much.
Yeah,
I was going to say something and I lost
years,
I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something and it fell out.
It's just like you were like the hot chicken soup.
Watch out, Richie, you're getting old timers disease. Oh,
it could just be the 70 milligrams that I just ate an hour ago. It could just be that. Jesus.
No.
I mean, you guys are, how many we got here? 8? We've got 8 people on live right now. We didn't even hear from the other 4.
Oh, chicken soup.
I'm joking. It's just us.
Oh, I was going to say, if you're holding people off, man.
No, I was saying, I was making it like I was seeing double.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
That's all right, though. I didn't set it up well, so. But I really don't think they're going to get the legislation passed. I think Leader Schumer's doing the best he can, but is he really? I mean, does he really care? It seems like it's at the bottom of the barrel of all the other things that this guy needs to be focusing on. Then UFOs and aliens attacking us. You guys, you were right at the beginning of the show. We need to be, where's Metalhead? He left already. We need to be the ones with the disclosure, not the government. It'll never happen. So what do? We just sit around and wait, right?
It sucks to say it, man. Yeah, it's really disheartening to say it. But I don't know. I don't have another answer. I mean, unless we get a whistleblower or we crack the gravity or we find whatever it is, I don't know. I don't see another option. You know,
I know what they're talking about lately. They're talking about this big event. Maybe this big event will come from like them, not from the government, not from.
What are you saying? An event?
Yeah, they've been talking about this event that's supposed to come. I mean, they've been talking that for years now. But anyway, now it seems super real.
Yeah, but they really think it's going to happen next year.
Yeah, you heard that one, eh?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That'd be great. So, what would be the worst thing? I mean, are you ready? if they just showed up tomorrow, I mean, I'm
That's
not
a
ready.
good question, Richie, again, man. Am I ready? Am I ready? In what aspect am I ready of? To be naked? To be
killed?
To be killed. That's another aspect. It's good. It's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
It
it's
could be an
possible,
aspect,
man. Yeah.
There's hey, just like the Matrix, for every one of those, there's one for us. There's, that's how many there are.
You saw that movie, man, where the whole ending those guns and they are like, they have to be teleported another timeline because they have to fight and then this other war. I don't.
What's the name of that movie? It sounds. Oh, you're talking about the one with Tom Cruise?
No, not Tom Cruise. No, but the machine don't work and they're falling from the sky and some are looking.
Yes,
they're falling in this pool.
They transferred the past to the future to
Yeah,
fight.
maybe
What was that movie?
I don't know. That's crazy.
That was a great movie that didn't get a lot of
I
play.
loved it too, man. I loved it.
Dorothy, what? Oh, I thought you said.
No.
Oh, I heard a voice that sounded like a woman's. While you guys were talking, I heard, something. I didn't know what it was.
Maybe we're waiting for something. Okay, guys, some of you we need to go and need to go somewhere and fight, and they have to disclose this timeline, this portal thing. They need to disclose something they're hiding that seems so obvious that we need. When they will say it, okay. I mean, just say something. Say something.
Here's what I want to say. I'm going to do my best impression of Simon Fly in every chat room I've ever seen him in.
Oh my goodness!
There's absolutely no evidence that aliens are here to kill us.
True.
Yeah, I believe
they've been here this long and they haven't killed us yet. They're interested in us for a different reason.
Yeah. That's why we have this beautiful planet to think about, and
That's
that's why I think we have this time limit thing. They got that time limit and they succeed. Are we gonna succeed with this time limit? That's the question.
No idea. I don't know. I would hope that I'm ready. I mean, as long as they're not hostile, but it's so hard to think that that's the case unless they've been waiting for some reason that we as humans just can't think of the way that they think, I guess. Maybe they feel like we've treated the planet poorly or something. I guess you could use that as a reason. I don't know. I still don't think that, especially if it's tied into religion or any kind of creation stories, I don't think the majority of the world's ready for it, man. I don't. You could do it. You could pull the Band-Aid off, and I'm not against doing that, but just understand there's probably going to be consequences when you do that. That's all.
I'm not sure that's true terrestrial material because in this one study of statistics I saw, something like 85% of the world's population has some form of belief in a higher power, a God, a faith system, something that they believe in. So if 85% believe in it, how hard would it be to convince people of any faith tradition if you have technology which would holographically project their particular God in a way that was a 3D print or something,
right?
And all of a sudden your God is walking on the earth with you.
No, I get what you're saying. I think it just kind of comes down to what denominations and what religions those 85% of people make up. I mean, the problem is that everybody has a different God. You know what I mean?
Of all the faith systems all over the world, all the faith systems, not just the Western ones, the nature religions, the Druids, the Wiccans, the Christians, the Baptists, the Baha'i, you name it, they're in there. And it's I forget what Sheehan said about the number of denominations in the United States. I said, well, if it proves anything that because there's so many different Christian denominations, no one group has the answer. Really not. And each group has their own storyline for creation. But it's all about some other beings coming here and creating us. The story we just made up, that's the best story ever made, and it's been retold everywhere, all over the world. It's like, and it's even found in these ancient places in their, writings on their stone things. The same kind of creation stories being told all over the world. no matter what faith tradition you're in. That's the point. That's the weirdness, you know.
Yeah, but
So
you have some religions, like I think even Catholicism, Christianity, I think they're a bit more lenient than other religions in like the Middle East, though. I mean, it's different over there. I mean, they kill each other over the stuff. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of that in the U.S. right now, you know, compared to what can go on over there. So I don't know how much they would accept it, and maybe they wouldn't be. You know, maybe they wouldn't want to be as friendly to these beings at first. They would maybe look at them as some of the people in the Pentagon maybe do, as demons, and they're not just going to accept it. You know, you'd have to. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird with the other religions, you know.
Well, and then there's the New Age thought that we're all co-creators with the Creator, and the ones that show up for us that are evil are thought forms made manifest by collective thought forms made manifest. It was like, yeah, Rich believes in law of attraction. I wonder what Rich thinks about that one.
Okay, that's interesting. That the collective mind forms linked a bit with what I was thinking that I has to see that horror happen. But anyway, you guys bring to Dorothy. You opened the door for me there. You talked about Sheehan. How do you feel about what he came out lately? He talked about like some major stuff, and this guy is like he gets like credibility almost like 100%.
Well, he should. I played it last night. A couple of things. He's heard it and seen it all more than anybody.
Yeah, and that last interview, Richie. Oh man, fuck! I should have linked. Sorry, I should have linked you that link, man. He was talking things. I mean, I post on Twitter. I mean, mind blowing. That was incredible. He was like even laughing about it. And Sheehan is right on. So I want to know what Dorothy think about it, because what the last thing he said about the aliens, like we got aliens and stuff and things.
Well, Bob, my background is from the original Disclosure Project 2 or 1.0 in 2001. And Daniel Sheehan was one of the people who spoke at that. And for me, when I got back into this in like 2021, after all this long time of really not paying attention to it very much at all, I was shocked to see how people were way against Greer, and now we're getting, hints of Sheehan's, leading us all into a cult. And it's like, wait a minute. He's never made any secrecy about anything he's ever done. He's a public interest. He's the people's lawyer, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So he's also the mentor of Richard Dolan.
And the other thing is
he?
Bob, if he lied about any of this, his career and his illustrious reputation with landmark cases throughout American history that I'm been alive for, would be ruined in a minute, in a snap. I tend to believe Daniel Sheehan quite a bit because he's common sense, no nonsense, fact-based lawyer guy in the public interest. And that's why he was the lawyer for the Disclosure Project 1.0. And also now for Lou Elizondo. I mean, I don't think Lou Elizondo is trying to do bad stuff. Not at all. I think he's trying to do good stuff, but he's under more constraints than Greer ever was, because Greer's never been in the military, although he's got connections to the aerospace and aviation streams, just like Mellon and John Warner IV. They all have these connections, but some of them have gone.
Rockefeller too. I mean, Greer's got connections to Rockefeller as well. Yeah.
No way. Greer got connection with Rockefeller. Oh,
yeah.
And they didn't have the internet like we do now.
Yeah, there's a picture that's got, so many people in it, right on Rockefeller's ranch out there in Wyoming. It's everybody, man. Linda Moulton Howe, Greer, Bigelow.
Like 50 people there.
With, Bigelow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bigelow.
It was Steve Bassett who posted it.
I actually think I have the photo here. Yeah, here
I got
is.
it. Yeah.
There.
The whole Luke Young.
There's the picture. There's Knapp right there. And
you're great.
Yeah, that picture told a lot. Actually, it's told a lot.
Sorry. I what?
that picture told. I mean, the real picture, not that one, but
Oh yeah, yeah. This is the real picture.
That shit would happen. They were all playing together to start something.
Yeah, you can't take away 2001 with what Greer did in that panel. You can't take that away from him. I understand people's complaints nowadays, and I think that it's okay to change your mind on somebody over time like that. But I think when you watch that back, when he's at the podium speaking, dude, he wants disclosure right there. He's into it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
for
true.
sure.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real passionate. People think he's acting. Maybe he is sometimes, but I don't know. I've met the guy and seen him. I never really had a one-on-one with him. Huh? Pardon?
Over time, I've read a lot about him, and his connections to spiritual practice long predate his medical school history or any of this stuff with UFOs. But he did have a near-death experience when he was very ill, critically ill, around 17. And this was when he had his first sighting experience, I believe. It could be wrong, but
wow.
I think people are really coming unhinged because he's not standing clearly on the side of the nuts and bolts aerospace thing. He's not clearly standing on the side of the spiritual thing where he's a yogi in the mountains wearing a loincloth.
That's the thing.
He's not following the normal pattern, so that's disturbing to people. But he's just being himself,
right?
And,
that's okay.
Yeah, and being himself, to get the word out to big amounts of people, he has to make videos, films that are very expensive to produce and to put on conferences. We talked about that once, Rich, on your show.
Yeah,
how expensive it was to put on a conference, something like $10,000 an hour to rent a convention center. And that's not including any of the ancillary costs like the speakers' fees or their travel or their lodging or their meals or, any of this stuff. None of it is covered. So, Greer making money off the people and his connections because he comes from that, family out east and they were already, blessed with plenty of money. I think he's using it to good purpose to get the word out to as many people as he can. And I don't know who would give up a lucrative career as a doctor to do this thing and be vilified all over the place.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with anyone making money doing this. I think it's just how you present it, right? I mean, I think James Fox's Virginia video, he kind of just came out and was like, yeah, we seemed to located the footage, kind of a thing. Like he was insinuating so hard that they had it and that was going to be in there. And that's where it's a problem for me. If you don't have the footage, you don't have the footage. If you want to make a documentary about that case and let everybody watch it and pay to watch it, who cares? Fine. Watch it. It's entertaining and take what you want. But if you're going to kind of bait everybody into like with evidence that's not there, that's when it's a problem. That's what I don't think it helps anybody. You know what I mean?
Well, mark it down on your calendar that James Fox's next movie is supposed to have evidence, like video evidence of a UFO, and he says it's the best thing he's ever seen. So he's going to spend the next 2 years making that movie, and I can't wait. And I bet you anything it's not what he says it is, and it's going to be debunked instantly.
He went in Peru. His next movie is going to be logically about the face taking over. And Peru, those aliens taking the face off. He's gonna even investigate.
Oh yeah, what about it?
Stuff? Yeah.
Well, that mean in logic, that's what you're telling me. I mean, James Fox's next movie is gonna be about the Peru alien.
Well, my thing, yeah, right. But my thing is, let's
not spoil the thing.
He's holding on to evidence instead of giving it to the public so he can make money on a movie. That's such horror. That guy is as fake as the day is long. I can't stand that shit.
Yeah.
Pisses me off. It's true though.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like, why not? Why does he have to hold on to such great? Just give it to us. You can still make the documentary and tell us the whole story.
Well, it's just because, Rich, look, they know if they walk the straight and narrow, Corbell, Colehart, they know about how much money they would make in this field if they walk the straight and narrow. But they also know that if they said it's so big, we had to build a building around it, they know how much money they'll make that way too. And that's really what I think the difference is when it comes down to it. These guys aren't stupid. Corbell's not stupid. Colehart's not stupid. These guys are intelligent guys. But the reality of it is they've got to take responsibility for their actions. It's not okay to do that. And it's a problem in the field that causes issues. You know, it's like everyone wants the mainstream media and the mainstream of people and everyone to get involved, but it's like every time people see stuff like these aliens out of Mexico and all this stuff, dude, it kills that process. It continues to drive everything back into the dirt again and back into 45, 50s. And we're talking about Roswell forever because we can't get anywhere. Like, it's just, I don't know about you, but I mean, I don't mind talking about Roswell every once in a while, but God, is that what we want to do for the next 25 years? I don't want to do that. I want to talk about the technology. I want to see what we got. And I want to start getting down to what the phenomena is. Or if it's multiple things, if it's one thing, what are they doing here? Did they make us? Did they not make us? Did they take us? Like, I want to know. I'm not going to rule any of that out just yet. As you know, I have my beliefs on what I think is most likely happening with that stuff, but I'm never going to tell anybody they're stupid for thinking that because I don't have any evidence, dude, that's not going on. I'm trying to get it. You know, we're all trying to get it.
It depends on which evidence you would take as actually real. And this is where there's a big dividing line between those who are into the spiritual aspect of this whole thing and those who are into the nuts and bolts and the actual aircraft. It's like, well, how do you measure a spiritual experience? It's an actual real experience that so many people are having. And it's in very many different ways that people are having these experiences, but there's no measurements for it. And so therefore, the material rationalists will say, well, it doesn't exist if we can't, touch it, taste it, smell it, hear it, listen to it, or whatever. If we can't do it, then it doesn't exist. Well, we all know that our feelings exist. We can't see them, but we know they're there.
But I think it's a process, Dorothy. You know what I mean? Like the scientists, to get scientists behind that, we have to prove them there's a phenomenon first.
You want the evidence that you can do with your 5 senses, but what if there are more senses than you're aware of? And
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
And some of us already have them, but are just waking up to it.
I believe there is a measurement tool to all of that you've been saying. It's called creating the hype, and Ross Coulthart is like the master of it. Creating the hype, and this field right now is like the Joker card. If you have that card, creating the hype, that's it. You have everything. You have the media, you have the population, it's called creating the hype.
There should be a strict separation between them, like a Chinese wall. The scientist people never talk about the spiritual aspect, and the spiritual people never try to talk about the craft, even though the people who experience it all know that they're both intertwined and they all happen at once. So, well, you're not helping us out if you're just making us divided into the same old categories where one can't be proven and the other one can. Who's studying these subtle kinds of energies in a scientific way to make them understandable and readable by people who have, this certainty that it's through our 5 senses that we're going to get there?
And what I mean by creating the hype is Ross Coulthart saying that he knows where it is craft. Can you believe that? He knows where is this craft, but he can't tell because there is no money at the end.
Of course.
But basically, let's put the attention on just that sentence. This guy knows, and he's walking like doing the supermarket, but he knows where there is this craft.
I just think, Dorothy, it's a step-by-step process, though, with trying to get a lot of these mainstream scientists and the people that you want to look at the spiritual side of it. If we could start on a ground floor level and say at least, okay, there is material, there are crafts, we know that there's something going on with the phenomenon. Then I think if we could get them to think that, and they'd be more open to say, okay, so what's the next step? Well, the next step is to understand the phenomenon. What is this phenomenon? Who's driving this stuff? Then I think they'd be more comfortable stepping out and getting into more of the spiritual abduction side of things. I just think it's a process, to get them to want to get on board, feel comfortable.
Well, they may have their own revelations in that regard, where things start to coalesce in their own minds and hearts and spirits, but the training people go through to do these highly technical fields is so laser focused in one direction. True. Any specialty you go into, it's going to be like that. Even Rich with his comedy, he's laser focused in on that and honed it down to a T. Bob, you got your own style that you zeroed in on and honed in on. Me, I got the music thing that I honed in on, but you have to laser focus in there. And so I think that everybody's focus is too narrow. If you blurred your lenses a little bit, just the tiniest bit, to try and allow a new thought, something unknown, instead of everything that you've already been told. Because in one video I saw, it was such a unique idea, but it's true. Whatever you think, it's not your own thought. It's the synthesis and accumulation of every single thing you've ever been told, read, seen, heard, whatever. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of a trippy concept, but it's true. If nobody ever said anything to you, you wouldn't know anything. You wouldn't have anything to say. It's like our brains are uniquely creative in that regard. We can come up with new ideas based off the other ideas, and that's how we're all so creative in many ways.
Yeah,
put two and two together and make six. Hey,
if we could get the scientists to look at it the way you do, we probably would be further down the road, Dorothy. Yes, we probably would be a little bit more open-minded, like yourself. I agree with you. It's just hard to do it,
And we'll end it right there. That's it for the roundtable discussion. Dorothy, thank you very much for hanging out. You can find Dorothy at dit.55 on X. Anywhere else, Dorothy?
Oh, usually in my kitchen doing something. But you mean
we made it?
You can find me on Facebook. You'll see my face. You'll know it's me.
Dorothy, all right. Thank you, Bob. Bob Perkins, everybody, because two B's are better than one. And thank you for having a shirt on.
Peace out, Richie. Take care.
Yeah, man. Good. Thank you. Okay, where can people?
Dorothy?
All righty. Thank you.
Bye, guy.
Bye. Hey, terrestrial material. What are you doing tonight? Anything?
Nothing tonight. Interview tomorrow, 7:00 Eastern time. We got Stephen Bassett coming on to talk about the UAP report. So
no shit.
Yeah.
Dude, what time tomorrow?
7:15 Eastern. He picked Sunday, so we're going Sunday.
I guess he doesn't care about the football.
I guess not.
I'll watch it. I'm going to be there. We'll all be there. So we'll push to get everybody there on Sunday. That sounds like a great time, guy. Man, I'm actually happy for you that you got him. Right.
It should be fun. Yeah. We'll see what he says.
It will be. He's amazing. You won't have to talk that much. He's a wealth of information. No, in a good way.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I got questions wrote because there's things I want to touch on, but I agree with you. He's sometimes I wonder with some of these guys that go and go and go, how I can rein them in a little bit, and where to find my spot to jump in. It's tough.
You want to know? I'll give you a hint. And everybody, this is what you should do. Dorothy probably knows that I do this. But if somebody's talking, all you have to do is say, but with it. And they go, and he's been on many shows. He knows that you want to say something. What? Beep, boop. You can do whatever the noise is, and you'll get your chance. But thank you very much for coming on tonight. We'll go to Terrestrial Material on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe as well. And I'm going to boot you guys out of here. Get out of here.
Have a good Saturday.
All right. Thank you very much, man. It was fun. Thanks, Dorothy.
Enjoy the football tomorrow.
Yeah. I am. I'm pumped up. Yeah. Thanks, Dorothy. Dorothy's laughing. She's like, football, maybe. Anyway, yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. That was a good one. That was a good time. Yeah, I think that was fun. Probably, I think, one of the best roundtables we've had. It went by really fast. I could have kept going, but I think 2 hours is enough for now. But thank you very much. We'll be back Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube. And keep an eye open for members video tonight, tomorrow. It's coming, I promise. This time, I'm making a promise. You'll have a members video tomorrow. I've got everything lined up, ready to go. It's crazy. I know, I actually did a lot of work. You'll see. And be good to each other, yourself. Enjoy the football. And what do we do here what is that thing I say? Something with truth. Truthology for ufology. For you. Be good to yourself. Love thy neighbor. Alien bless. You know the drill.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying objects.